All right, it's being recorded. So quick reminder for everybody that we can hear everything that's going on if you are not on mute. So if you get someone coming in to chat with you or a phone call, if someone's chatting in the other room or watching TV, things like that, please put yourself on mute. And then other than that, I am super happy for us to engage in some discussion. We've had some really good learning the last couple of weeks. And we'll go from there. Now, just make sure you have a nice clear area to exercise in. I'm going to put my weight just underneath my chair to start so it's out of the way, or if you've got something close by, that's where your stuff can go as well. And if you do have access to a tool such as an oximeter, which does measure your oxygen levels and your heart rate, or if you have something to register your heart rate, that can be a helpful tool for you throughout the class to see how hard you are working and maybe when you need to take a break, okay? All right, let's get started. We're gonna go over our breathing pattern and then slowly get more and more movement as we go. So today, let's start with hands on your belly. And then we are going to pull your hands apart as we breathe in, breathing out through pursed lips as those hands come back in. So breathe in and pull. Breathe out, bring those hands back in. Breathe in, pull the hands apart. Breathe out. Now remember, just relax your elbows. You don't have to hold them out here, just let them relax. Breathe in and out. Perfect. In, fill up the belly and out. So I see a couple of lifting shoulders, so just keep an eye on, we're not trying to breathe in through here, we're actually trying to breathe in through the belly, okay? So in and out. And once more, breathe in and out. Brilliant. Now maintain that breathing pattern, making sure to breathe out through pursed lips. And let's just start making a circle as if you're turning a crank with your right arm. Good. Now, as we do that, you're either going to just prop your foot up onto its heel or hold it in the air. And we're going to make a circle with your left foot. So my right hand and left foot are making a circle. There we go. And switch sides. Now it's your left arm and right foot making a circle.
Jill, we can't see your feet.
You cannot see my feet. That is great information to know because I can't see myself, my own video. I focus on seeing all of you instead. So thank you for that feedback. Is that better?
Yeah.
Perfect. So remember just to stay seated up tall, keep breathing out through pursed lips. All right, and now we're going to alternate every 2 circles. So 1, 2, and now switch limbs. 1, 2, and switch limbs. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. Brilliant. Get into this pattern. Be aware of which direction you are making those circles in. And we are going to switch directions now. So whatever side you were turning to, turn the other way.
Don't work that easy.
No, it's not easy at all.
Thought it was just me.
No,
time we
it's
do
never
these.
just one. And the important thing is that you're just a little bit of struggle to get a movement down is good for you. That's what really challenges your brain and gets your central nervous system fired up. So if you are struggling a bit, that's okay. And if you feel like you can't do it at all, remember, you can do just your arm or just your foot. So make it a little bit more doable for yourself so you have some success, because that's important too. And rest there. Now, we're going to lift up one knee. And as we lift up one knee, I want you to push your other foot into the ground. So I'm going to lift my right leg and I'm going to drive my left foot down into the ground. We're going to hold 2, 3, and then switch. So one leg lifts, one leg pushes down, 2, 3, and switch. Lift and push, 2, 3, and switch. Push down and lift, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Now up and hold, and now we're pushing those arms out, 2, 3, switch legs. Push the arms out, 1, 2, 3, and switch legs. 1, 2, 3, and switch legs. And you should be feeling even just a touch of tiredness in those legs.
Yes.
You should feel those muscles working.
Yeah.
Good. And if you would like to try this, you can go at your own pace. And if you would like to try the lifting of the knee while standing, and I'd recommend you hold on to some balance support, you are welcome to do a couple of those. So we're doing a few more. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Brilliant job, team. Now we're going to lift one knee up and out, and then up and back in. Now, two things here. From a seated position, our hip is kind of already close to its maximum range of motion. What that means is you might not be able to lift that knee very high. You might get some soreness or cramping in the hip if you try to lift too high. So you've got two options. Keep it a little bit lower and understand that that hip's working hard. Or you can stand, hold on to the back of your chair, but you can lift out from here. Okay, and we're just going to do 10. And I'm going to get you, if you are seated, just to take your hands and put them across your chest. So we're stepping out, 1, and back in. 2, and back in. 3. Now the goal here is that the rest of your body doesn't move. Keep everything really still. 4, back in. 5, back in. So you got to tighten up through that core. 6, back in. 7, back in. 8, back in. 9, back in. And 10, back in. Brilliant. Now switch sides. Step out. 1, 2, and back in. 3, back in. Keep that core tight. 4, back in. 5, back in. 6, back in, 7, back in, 8, back in, 9, back in, and 10. There we go. Shake it out if you need to. Okay, that's always good to get those hips moving out to the side, not always just up and down or forwards and back, okay? But now it's time to get the heart rate up. So I'm gonna encourage you to start marching. Feel free to hum a little jaunty tune to help you out. Good, I really encourage you to swing those arms as we go. Good. Now what we're gonna do to increase our heart rate today is we're gonna do what I call speed ups. So you're going at a nice easy pace. And when I say, well, I'm gonna say green because green means go. And we're gonna speed it up. And when I say yellow, yellow light, you're gonna slow it down. And if I say red, you're gonna freeze wherever you are. So, fun little game for you. Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's start. So just find your comfortable rhythm. And remember, if going for, this is gonna go for about 2 minutes. I'll give you the minute mark. You are welcome to move just your arms or just your legs. That's going to reduce the intensity and demand of your body. And you can alternate. So do arms for a little bit and then do legs. Okay, it is up to you. And green light. I'm going to go a little bit faster and yellow light. Green. Yellow. Maintain your breathing pattern throughout. Red. Oh, there we go. And yellow. Brilliant. Maintain your breathing pattern. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Green. Red. And yellow. Green. Yellow. Green. Yellow. Green. Red. And shake it out. Brilliant job, everybody. Now remember, if you are feeling a little bit out of breath, short of breath, like you can't take a full breath, feel free just to drop into that recovery position, either on your forearms or on your hands. But that slight leaning over with your chest up helps open up your airways. And then really just focus on your pursed lip exhale recovery breathing. All right, everybody needs their weight to start. And remember, this weight can be a dumbbell, a water bottle, a soup can, a bag of rice, whatever you have at your disposal. One particularly creative person was using their stapler at one point. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but boy, was it unique. They did say they didn't stock it up with staples though, so that was good. All right, so
wait. Hands, they don't have to hang on to it.
Oh no. All right, so start the weight in your lap. You can do this seated or standing. It is up to you, but all we're gonna do is we're gonna lift the weight up and our knee, pause, 2, 3, and down. And then switch up, 2, 3, down. and up, 2, 3, down, and up, 2, 3, and 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 down, up, 2, 3, and down, up, 2, 3, and down, and up, 2, 3, and down. Now we're going to lift it up, pause, down. If you'd like to, you're welcome to lift your heels up at the same time. So we're going up and down, up and down. I apologize if any of you hear little whimpers. That is on my end. Up, and it's not for me. So up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. Make sure that core is tight. And remember, it is helpful to breathe out as you lift that weight up. That's the exertion. It'll give you more strength and help prevent you from holding your breath. Just go up as high as you feel comfortable. And once more. Good, brilliant team. So pause there. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hold the weight in front of you and we're going to stand up. And then from here, if you feel confident doing this, you're going to take a step forward, then bring it back level with the other foot and then sit. Okay. So again, it's a stand, keeping the weight held out in front of you, small step, and back, and sit. Now, if you're most comfortable staying seated, that's awesome. All you're gonna do is press your feet into the ground, flex those legs hard, and then you can step your heel forward and back. So pushing those feet into the ground, and then step the heel forward and back. Good. Now go at your own pace. We're aiming for about a minute. So some of you will be able to get 10 or a little bit more in. Some of you can do about 5. Just go at your pace, whatever feels good for you. I forgot my step. There we go. Good work, everybody. Last couple of seconds. And rest. Good. How does everybody feel?
Good.
Bit tired? Yep, for sure. Well enough to do another set?
In a minute.
In a minute, there we go. So yep, it's great to have a bit of a rest. So if you are someone who needs just a little bit of movement to help you rest, You're welcome to keep your hands moving lightly or lifting one foot at a time. You can go into that recovery position. But the goal is, before we start the next set, is that you feel raring to go. And if that's a stretch for you on the best of days, then you're just feeling like you can do it. Brilliant.
Today's a thick day down in the Lower Mainland for oxygen.
Oh, is it?
Smoky.
Yeah. Really smoky.
Oh no. It was smoky in Kelowna yesterday. First thing in the morning, the sun was a vivid orange, and that's always a pretty good sign. Yeah, so has everyone got their emergency plan for your breathing? Right, it's usually a plan you've made together with your doctor and or your respiratory therapist. Good, I see a couple nods, so that's
Be the
good.
action plan?
The action plan, there we go. Yep, your action plan.
Stay indoors.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you something? I have to go
Sure.
out later. I've got an appointment. So, I always wear my mask. Will that
Mhm.
help against the pollution or not? It's got it's got an insert in it, so it's,
Yep, that should help quite a lot.
oh, good.
Um,
And I'll
yep,
try
and
and
then
breathe. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, with that on, you got to be even more diligent about your breathing pattern,
Yeah.
Right.
because it is adding a little bit of extra resistance, especially as you breathe out.
Right,
And if you're not breathing out fully, then that's what can be causing some of that shortness of breath.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just be extra diligent that you're maintaining that breathing pattern.
Okay,
And that goes for all of you whenever you're wearing a mask or any sort of face covering, is really, really make sure that you're doing your best recovery breathing.
right.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right, let's start up a second set. So that first exercise, remember, you're seated or standing, whatever you are comfortable with. We're lifting up that weight and knee together, pausing, everything strong, and then down.
Oh, I thought we were standing.
Me too.
You can do it seated or standing,
Ah,
whatever you are most comfortable with. Because it's not appropriate for everybody to stand for this exercise. So you got to be diligent, but whatever feels best for you. So again, whether you're standing up and lifting your knee and the weight at the same time, but this is not our sit to stand. So if you are going to do this standing, you're staying standing and we're lifting that weight up with your leg and then down. Okay, so that is the standing version of this. And as you lift the weight and your knee, that is the exertion. That is a good time to breathe out and help you get that movement in. Brilliant job, everybody. Good, we're gonna do 2 more here. 2 and 1. Good, do you remember that second exercise?
Mhm.
Brilliant, it's the lift overhead. So I've got the weight and we're pushing it up to wherever your comfort level is. I just recommend you keep those elbows tucked in, even though they want to flare out. And you can always lift up your heels at the same time for that extra challenge. Breathing out as you push the weight up and down. Well done, everybody. Breathe out and push up. Breathe out and push up. Good. Breathe out as you push up. Remember, you do not have to go all the way up, even if you just go a small ways up, just to wherever your zone is great. You can even put the weight down and do just your arms. Last one. Good. Pause there. Some of us need to get into that recovery breathing, get a little bit more in control of the breath and the heart rate before we continue. But that third exercise is the hardest one yet. Yep, brilliant. I see some of you. We are standing up, keeping the weight in front of you, and then stepping forward, back, and then sitting down. And if you are staying seated, you're pushing your feet into the ground and then stepping your heel forward and back. Okay. Now, if any of you need a longer rest, don't worry, I've already got an eye on the time. So if you've started, that's great. But just remember, if you do need to rest, a great recovery position is keeping your chest and head up. You can put your hands on your thighs, or if you've got a table in front of you, or drop down the forearms, whatever's most comfortable. But that does help open up your airways, whether you're seated or standing. Okay. So if you need to rest, that's awesome. Keep doing that and really focus on that breathing pattern. Even as we're doing sit to stands, if you start feeling a bit puffed or you're working hard enough that it's challenging to do a slower breath, that's okay. Your pursed lip exhale can sound like a brilliant. And that's time. So resting there, feel free to put your weight to the side. Some of you like to keep moving lightly. Some of you, again, need to focus on just that rest. How was set number 2, everybody?
Good.
So good.
Brilliant.
Almost seemed easier.
It's easier.
There you go. That's a good sign, because that's often when your central nervous system and muscles are more activated and ready for the movement. So it does become a bit easier, especially for strength exercises and balance exercises. So that's awesome. Perfect. All right, we're going to change up our exercises now. So I'm going to ask you if you've got a resistance band, a stretchy band, to grab that. And if you don't have that, that's okay. I'll show you how to readjust. All right, so if you've got your stretchy band, you're just going to have your palms facing up and you're going to hold on to your band. Okay, and then from here, keep your elbows tucked in, just like our warm-up exercise. And I'm going to ask you to pull apart your hands and then slowly relax. So this is not an exercise where you should feel like you're straining. And a lot of you have only the one band. You're probably not going to pull it very far, and that's okay. So pull. Notice I don't get my hands out super far and then come back in. For this particular one, if you do not have a resistance band, all I want you to do is to pull your arms back and think about squeezing your shoulder blades together, and you're going to hold for 1, 2, 3, and then relax. And that's going to have the same effect. Okay, so again, without a band, pull apart your hands, squeeze your shoulder blades together and hold 2, 3, and relax. And if you've got that band, Then we're pulling the band apart, pause, and then come back in. So make sure you don't get to the point where it feels like you're straining. Pull, back in. Pull, back in. Pull, back in. Pull, back in. Good. Maintain your breathing pattern. This is to help open up your chest. Good. And 2 more if you can. Remember, if you need to rest earlier on, that's great. You listen to your body. This is your workout. And relax. Good work, team. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm going to put the band to the side for now. I am going to bring it back in a little bit. But now let's give the upper body a little bit of a rest. And my legs, I'm going to step side to side. Now, if I'm seated, this should feel like a little bit of a stretch. So imagine stepping up and over. You can even put your weight down on the ground to help you step up and over. Okay. And again, you can do this seated, or you can do this standing. If you are going to do it standing, have balance support close by. Do this behind your chair. So you've got something right in front of you, whether your hands are just ready to hold on or if they need to hold on, great. Do what is challenging but doable for you. Great job, team. Good. Couple more steps, whether you're seated or standing. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now from here, if you are standing, you are going to put your hands at the bottom of your chair. So sorry, on the seat of your chair. And then from here, I just want you to gently push yourself away from the chair, making sure that you're not sliding the chair, but I want you putting downward pressure on the chair and push your shoulder blades away as you lean back slightly. So what you should be feeling is a little bit of tightening in your kind of around the ribs, in the shoulder, and in the shoulder blade. Okay, so it's pushed down and pulled back slightly. And really what you're trying to do here, gang, is don't let your back round, keep your chest up. So it should feel a little bit tight in your upper back. Is there any questions about this from a standing perspective?
No.
So chest up, push your hands down in the chair and gently push yourself back as you keep the chest up. That's the hard part. And then slowly come back up, push down. Does everyone feel tight in their upper back?
Yes.
And the back,
Yes, good.
back of the legs also.
Back of the legs, yep. If you've got tight muscles back there, you'll feel it a bit there. Now, if you're seated, maybe I'll turn sideways for this. If you're seated, guys, you're just gonna take your hands, put them down on your thighs, and I want you to push your hands into your thighs in order to help you push your chest up and extend. And then slowly come back down. So again, I'm pushing my hands into my thighs to extend myself up and then relax. So everything is within your range. Is there any questions about how to do this seated? Oh, brilliant. I truly hope that means there's no questions, not that someone is afraid to ask. Always ask me questions about how to do something. I am always so happy to answer. Now just 2 more, gang. Good. And 1 more. Good. All right, rest there. Now, how did that feel, everybody?
Hurts my hands.
It made your hands a bit tired?
Made
So
my- Hurts, yeah.
Great
Your,
stretch
well,
for
it
my lower
hurt your
back.
hands. Good. Now, if that was sore on your hands or wrist,
Yeah.
I would encourage you to do it from a seated position, because then you can just turn your hands in slightly, or from a chair, rather than putting your hands down, just grab the edge of the chair, and that just stacks up your wrist a little bit better.
Good idea.
So that you can try that a slightly different way. Now, what did that feel like it was trying to do, gang?
I got a great stretch in my lower back,
Oh, lower back. Okay.
not my upper.
There we go.
I was in the upper and it hurts.
It hurts. Okay, so
Between
that's
the
not good. Did it hurt during the exercise or after?
Both. It's like as I'm
Both?
breathing in, it's like it's
Yeah, so what can happen there is anytime we kind of overextend ourselves in an exercise where we're straining, that's where things can hurt. That's where muscles can kind of tighten up because they didn't like being overextended. So if we take an exercise like this where all of us are so tight through our upper backs, guys, it's so many of us sit so often a day that it gets tight. And then with a lung condition thrown in there too, which locks everything up because there's always inflammation and discomfort there. It's just normal. So then if we try to really straighten up, our bodies are going to go, whoa, what is happening? And it can hurt. So what we need to really be careful of is that whatever our position is, you go just past it, and it doesn't feel like you're straining. It doesn't feel crazy. You know what I mean?
not as tight.
But you just feel muscles working. But yeah, you don't want to extend super, super far. It's kind of like if you try to lift your leg up and squeeze and you get a cramp in the back of your leg.
Yeah.
That is the worst. And so how do we go about that? We start slow and we just lift and then relax. And eventually over time, over weeks, you're able to lift it up without getting that cramp. So the same thing there. Okay. Oh, of course. Yeah, I never want any of you in pain or to be sore, especially during exercises. Okay, so we're going to do a third exercise here. And we've done it before, and I just think it's such an important muscle to work. And also, it doesn't extend your lung capacity. So hold one arm across your body, and your other hand is holding onto the band. We're just going to pull it down, and this is called your tricep extension. So pull it down and then slowly come up. And the reason I say this is an important muscle is because strong triceps do help you continuously get up out of a chair. It helps you do your push off of things. And it supports your walking as well from the upper body. And it's a good muscle to work on because it's a smaller muscle and you can build strength there without getting as short of breath. So again, remember, the more muscles working at a time or the bigger the muscles, the more energy is needed. So the more breathless that can make you feel. Brilliant. All right, and now we want to challenge the lungs a little bit. For 10 seconds, I want you to pick up the pace, but still be in control of the movement. So don't let the arms snap up. Ready in 10 seconds, go. So you're still doing it with control. Good, you're almost there. 3, 2, and rest. Switch arms. That get your heart rate up a little bit?
Yep.
Yep, perfect. And pull down and then up, slow. Down, up, slow. Down, up, slow. Good. Great job, everybody. Breathe out as you pull down. That's most helpful. And 10 seconds. Go. In control of the movement, but picking up the intensity a little bit. 3, 2, and rest. Well done, everybody. All right. Rest as needed, for sure. So take the moment to catch your breath, especially when I explain what's going on next. And feel free to grab a sip of water. Now back to the first exercise, we're just going to do fewer of them. And this one was pulling the band apart. And remember, you can do that without the band, just go a little bit deeper in that range of motion. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're just going to do 5. Ready? Pull and hold and relax. Pull and hold. Relax. That's 2. Pull and hold. Relax. That's 3. Pull and hold. Relax. That's 4. Pull and hold. Relax. That's 5. Now, it's that lower body exercise, stepping up and over. So if you're seated, attempt to do the width of your chair. So go from leg to leg, or you can do this standing. Make sure you have balance support. Good. Stay up tall, be nice and strong through this movement. Great job, everybody. Keep strong and tight through that core and keep up your breathing. And rest there. Excellent. Now it is our extension through your back. So either you're gently pushing your hands into your thighs to get that chest up, try to pull the top of your head up to the ceiling, or you can do that from the standing position, hands on the seat of your chair. And once again, you're pushing down, get that chest up as you slowly push yourself back. And it shouldn't feel like you're straining. Good. See, it doesn't even quite look like I'm doing a whole lot, but it's just a small movement. We're just trying to get that middle part of your back to get moving, to get less stiff. Because remember, that's where your rib cage attaches to. So loosening it off a little bit, getting it a little bit more mobile, it does help you with your breathing. And just one more. Good, and rest, shake it off.
Feel that exercise was very much like one that the physiotherapist had me doing to release my rib cage and make it more. The very good.
There you go. Brilliant. That's brilliant. Now, what was the final exercise, guys?
Band to the shoulder.
Band at the shoulder. We're doing our tricep extensions. Ready and pull down. Slow and controlled. Imagining you're pulling 50 pounds. Good. And 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds. Go. Be in control of the movement still. 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Switch arms and slow pull. And up. Pull. And up. Good. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as you pull that band down. Three, 2, and 1. 10 seconds. Go. Be in control of the movement still. 3, 2, and 1. Whoo! Can you guys believe it's stretch time?
Yep.
Where did the
Yeah.
time go?
Yeah.
It went quickly.
It sure did. My goodness. Now we just worked those triceps hard. Let's stretch them out so you can pull that elbow up, gently push it. Some of you like to wrap around, do whatever is most comfortable for you. Now remember, stretch time is an awesome time to ask questions and have group discussion. Make yourself feel heard.
Question is, when you get cramped, is that from lack of water or is it from something else?
Couple different reasons. Oftentimes it's a sign that you need to be drinking more water. If you've got a rolling pin at home, switch arms, then you can use that rolling pin to massage out your muscles. So treat, especially in the legs.
Yeah,
So treat the muscles like pizza dough. And often you're talking about a calf cramp.
yeah, or even thigh.
Your thigh, yeah. So water and tightness are the 2 common culprits. So you can use your rolling pin to make sure the legs relax, not bent underneath you, and just massage it out with the rolling pin. That can help a lot. Rest there, gang. Now let's just push. Actually, grab underneath one edge of your seat and then just really gently tilt your head away. Taking a deep breath. Breathe out through pursed lips. Slowly switch sides. So again, hand under your seat, gently tilt your head away. And we're breathing in. Out through pursed lips. Good. Stretch a leg out in front of you. Now, muscle cramps, especially what they call restless legs, which more happens in the evening. Sometimes a magnesium supplement can help with that. Sometimes a little bit of electrolytes, especially when it's been hot out or you've been sweating. But that's something that you should just confirm with your pharmacist or doctor, because Quite a few of you are on a couple different medications. And so it's always good just to double check with the medication experts on what to be adding in to your day.
Okay. For me, I think it's probably more water, but
For sure. I would highly recommend you start drinking a bit more water and try rolling those legs. Okay. Switch legs. And some people are worried about drinking more water because they think they're going to have to pee more. And really that only happens for about the first 3 or 4 days.
yeah.
If you consistently drink a little bit more water, yeah, your body's going to go, oh, this is extra, we better get rid of it. But then it gets used to the program and goes, oh, we regularly get more water. Awesome. And it soaks it up.
I'm on a water restriction, but sometimes I don't drink enough of that either. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, a few people definitely have to be careful about the amount. But you know, what works for some people, Rick, is whatever amount you're allowed to have that in a bottle or a container. And just make sure that periodically throughout the day, you're sipping on it.
Yeah, it's 2 liter max supposed to be, but.
Right. So get a 1 liter water bottle or a 2 liter water bottle. And make sure it's empty by the end of the day and that you didn't chug it.
Yeah.
Don't drink it all at once. Spread it out. Put 1 foot back behind you guys or turn sideways in your seat. I know some of you might struggle with water. I've heard of some people putting a timer on throughout the day.
Of course you can. I got a question to ask you. Oh, thanks for doing my website.
Here's a good reminder, gang. If you've got noise on your end, to please mute.
What was that guy doing in your place?
Sometimes we forget.
Just the heat of the moment.
Well, and I know some people that think they've put themselves on mute, but either they were already muted, so it unmuted them, or it didn't click properly. So switch legs. Yeah, Rick, I really think finding something that works for you, again, a 1 or 2
It doesn't
liter
happen all
water
the time. I
bottle.
just was wondering if that's probably the culprit, but like you say.
Oh, okay. If you're not doing it often, if it's not a consistent thing that you're dehydrated, then I would for sure roll out your legs.
Yeah, that's something to think about. I often
Oh,
wonder
yeah,
what
just
those
make
pool
sure-
noodles did in gyms.
Yeah. They hurt.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's going to be rolling their legs at home, which is a great idea, just use a rolling pin. Just really make sure you are not rolling your kneecap.
Yeah.
If you roll your kneecap, you can move it, and that's not pleasant.
Yeah.
So just keep it above the kneecap or below the kneecap. Okay. All right, team, let's take in 2 breaths together. Let's aim for 2 to 4 seconds on the inhale and 3 to 5 seconds on the exhale. Do whatever your capacity is. Feel free to lift up your arms as you breathe in or keep a hand on your belly, whatever you'd like. And bye, Maureen. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and shake it out. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Jill,
You
I
did
have to miss next Thursday, but I'll see you on the following Tuesday.
That sounds great.
Love it. On the days that I miss you on live, I'd go later that evening into the other one and see you online.
Perfect. Yeah, you do the recorded class.
Yes, they're excellent.
Good work. Good.
Yeah.
I'm so
And then-
happy to hear that.
They're great.
That's awesome to hear.
I have a question on the cramps in the back of your leg, on the bottom
Yes.
half. Are you rolling it in the front or rolling it in the back? On when it's your
So
lower leg?
roll where the cramp is. So lower leg in that calf area, super, super common. What I would recommend is just to prop your foot up. So if I use my, can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I use my dumbbell as an example, and don't use your dumbbell, use a rolling pin, go to the dollar store and get a cheap one if you don't have one, prop your leg up. Small table, your coffee table, the lower end of a chair, and then you're just at the calf. Again, don't roll at the back of your knee. It's not really doing much. Just keep it below. And then you're just rolling that muscle.
Okay.
Does that
good.
make sense?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and make sure you're rolling firmly enough that it's a little bit sore. So don't be just rubbing it and going, yeah, it's not working. You have to massage it.
Well, if you're getting the cramps in the middle of the night, do you do it before you go to bed?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, either and that can be actually a way to help you sleep better too. It can relax your muscles, and some people that helps them fall asleep better and quicker.
Oh,
But you can also just roll right after exercise. So you kind of got to play around, figure out what works best for you and what helps you remember.
Right.
So if as soon as Zoom finishes, you got your rolling pin right there, you go, oh, it's time to roll. Or if you've got it right beside bed and you know, okay, that's what I do right before bed. Awesome. Or while you're watching TV or something.
Right.
I get cramps in my ankles.
Yep. So you need to roll your calf muscle, the back of your lower leg.
Oh, okay.
That'll help for sure. And then another good one, but you got to be gentle with this one, is the bottom of your feet, everybody.
Oh,
And especially if you have neuropathy in your feet, be gentle. Use, if you've got a firm water bottle, like hard plastic or stainless steel, then you won't be worried about not knowing how hard you're rolling. So you can use that, or a golf ball. But again, don't use a golf ball if you've got neuropathy in your foot, because you can't always feel how hard you're pushing down. And boy, does that golf ball get in places. And be gentle. This one shouldn't hurt, but just gently roll your foot while you're seated along that ball or water bottle. That really helps.
yeah.
good stuff.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks very
You
much.
bet.
Thank you.
And that rolling, so good for neuropathy, and same with any sort of vibration that can actually help stimulate the nerves in a really good way.
Oh, good to
Dr.
know.
Hole.
That's good to know.
Yep.
Thanks.
How about
Thanks.
There you
back
go.
spasms?
Thank you.